Greetings, family. Today, we aren't eating ice cream. Oh no, it's not Cold Stone Creamery, but it is Stone Cold Ass Kickery. Yeah, the horrible 80s movie that came out in the 90s. It's kind of like Point Break, but with a biker gang. So there's a lot of ass kicking, bike riding, beer can shooting, and enough one-liners to write a book with. So let's go see this masterpiece because this is Redeye Reviews. We start with a grocery store getting robbed. Hey, sir, what did the Ritz ever do to you? Except provide a perfect vessel for cream cheese and jalapeno mint jelly, you savage. But while these people ensure that this movie won't ever have any more brand marketing in it, our hero shows up. Meet Joe Huff.
Somebody playing with me?
Also, this bad guy is beyond stupid. You put yourself in the middle of an aisle. You have never played a video game before, and it shows. But Joe puts this guy in his place.
Joe, what the hell's going on?
You gotta clean up on aisle 4.
And Joe is an incredible guy, and he is played by a man named Brian Bosworth, who was actually a football player before an actor. Yeah, he played on the Seattle Seahawks for like a couple years back in the late 80s, and he basically thought his shit didn't stink. Actually, it's kind of hilarious, because there is this one game where he talked trash about John Elway right before the game, which is not a good idea anyways, because, you know, it's John Elway. But the whole crowd that game wore these shirts that said, "What's a Boz worth? Nothing." And they thought they were being clever as shit, but hilariously, Bosworth's own company manufactured those shirts. Yeah, so he made a ton of profit off that game. There are a ton of other great stories about this dude's football career, but back to our movie. We cut to a meetup for a biker gang called the Brotherhood, which I don't need to explain what kind of people they are. That should be pretty obvious. We see all kinds of fun activities going on at this neo-Nazi fair, including this beer can shooting, which it's amazing no one has got shot yet because he is shooting directly at the crowd. Hey, but if riding a bike is like riding a horse, you can only really do it for so many years before you start firing blanks, which some of you might actually get that reference. But during this time, we learn a judge sentenced one of their biker gang members to 45 years in prison. And the next day, the gang's leader, played by our own resident Green Goblin lookalike Lance Henriksen, sends his right-hand man, Ice, played by William Forsythe, to kill the judge while fishing. So now the FBI calls upon Joe to help them out.
Logged more biker-related arrests than any other officer in Alabama.
Turns a witness, sets up a sting, nabs him in the act.
We want you to go undercover inside the Brotherhood.
Let me make sure I understand you. The guy who has the most biker arrests in the state, he's going to infiltrate a biker gang in that state? Okay, yeah, good luck with that. No, I don't see any problems with that plan. It's going to work. But Joe is a cool cat who works alone, so of course he gets forced to partner. And in their first meeting, he hopes his sexy 80s underwear will trick him into falling in love with them. And then HR would have to reassign the guy. Sadly, he doesn't take the bait, although, you know, the whole audience is definitely flying at half-mast if you catch my drift. But Joe and his partner go undercover at a biker bar. His partner doesn't look like a cop at all. And while there, he meets Ice, and he tries to be a tough guy.
Looks like we got us a grown-up version of Bam Bam. Real pretty face, huh? How'd you like me to fuck it up for you?
They get in a little tiff. I think that's what bikers call it, a little tiff. He even helps them in a bar fight against some rando truckers, arguably causing more damage to the bar than, you know, that fight was worth it, but it's all good. The next day, Joe shows up at the biker fair hoping to get enough tickets to get, I don't know, a new flag for his wall. I don't know what bikers buy. And then here's a fun fact for you. Brian Bosworth, that's a stage name. His real name, Brian Cena. Sound familiar? Yeah, that's right. This is John Cena's older brother. That's not true. I made that up. That is not true at all. but I could be convinced. But Joe goes, he meets the gang's leader, Chains. Oh, and here's a fun fact. Brian Bosworth is a stage name. Yeah, his real name, Brian Dirt. Yeah, that's right. He's Joe Dirt's older brother. If you can't laugh at yourself, who's gonna? Anyway, we learned that the head of the Supreme Court wants to appear tougher on criminals, so he says that he will demand a retrial and change their friend's sentencing from 45 years to the death penalty. Which I hate to break it to you, that's, not possible. Like, there's this super annoying thing called double jeopardy, maybe you've heard of it, where you can't try the person for the same crime twice. I don't know if the Supreme Court knows such things, but, just a FYI. But the gang decides they will let Joe join if he brings them the ear of this guy who betrayed the gang's trust one time a while ago. But instead of actually doing that, Joe kidnaps that dude.
You're a hell of a dancer, man. Thanks, amigo. Take a bow.
A bunch of cops hold him down and take pictures of his ear, and then they get a tattoo artist to replicate it on a dead person's ear.
I'll see you again. I'll introduce you to my grandfather.
Don't come back. Here's your ear. How did it go, man? Just say I saved the guy a fortune in Q-tips.
And they just accept it. Yeah. Why wouldn't they? Fresh tattoos totally look like really, really old tattoos. And very nasty, kind of like blue-looking ears totally look like they were chopped off somebody's head today. Where are the fresh cut marks? We don't know. We don't care. Everyone buying that this is that guy's ear? Great. No more questions. But now Joe has proven himself, so he gets assigned to go collect protection money from some businesses. But because he hasn't fully gained their trust, they ask the two day-walking gingers to keep an eye on him. And while out there, the real mob turns up. Yeah, turns out they don't like people pretending to be the mob. So they blow this ginger up with a grenade. It's like a bright sunny day without sunblock, right to the face. The gang vows revenge on the mob, which, spoiler alert, nothing really happens there. But Joe tells the gang of a shipment of drugs that is coming in that they should hijack because he's trying to, gain more trust with them. He's trying to gather more evidence on them. And Chains likes it. And to get the mob to back off of him, he gives them a gift.
Open it.
I love that this made it into the movie. We could clearly see there's nothing in the helmet. And then they carefully put this helmet as if, there was a hole in the table for our boy to stick his head up through. But then when we get the reveal, it just looks like he's trying so hard not to blink. It's amazing. But later, the bikers kidnap these two National Guard members. They bring them back to the base. They put them in a crate, and then they just shoot them. Seems kind of elaborate to me, like if you were just going to shoot them, but that's cool. And Chain's girlfriend doesn't like that one bit, so she runs away.
Looking for you.
Where have you been all day? One minute it was a practical joke. Next minute there's two guardsmen dead. Should have split the scene before it got weird.
I really do not care. I don't. I'm sorry. They want us to feel bad for this girl, but then you have to remember she's a part of a white neo-Nazi biker gang called the Brotherhood. But later, while Joe and Nancy are hanging out, Joe's partner pretends to be a waiter and asks for a meetup.
Look, I gotta make a phone call. Sit tight.
I think you're off the hook, Joe. Ham thinks he made a mistake by putting you under so soon.
A mistake?
Yeah.
Hey, you want to know what is an actual mistake? An undercover cop talking about his undercover cop things in broad daylight after just running into a suspicious gang member. Does that seem like a bad idea? 'Cause it is. Yeah, Ice sees this shit. Joe gives chase after him. So Ice is dead, but nobody saw Joe do it, so he's still fine, yeah. Later that night, they hold a funeral for Ice.
I don't know what to say about Ice, except that he used to run his mouth a lot. We all know that. If you tried to outride him, you crash and burn.
Not to be that guy, but he crashed and burned, so it's a bad analogy, maybe. I also like this dude's shotgun just jams immediately and he just like pretends that it did it. But the night of the drug hijacking is upon us. We see an actual cool camera shot. It's very casino, very cool. The hijacking goes off without a hitch.
I got my negotiator right here.
I'll check with my boss.
Greek mudfish, you ride escort.
Man, I died good tonight.
Yeah, but you ruined the shirt.
But while driving away with the drugs, Joe's partner is like, I guess, too excited to wait and ask him about this later.
Puff, it's Lance. Is everything okay?
You're a cop.
You're going, Lance. You just said hello to my witness.
Yeah, he's carrying a cop radio on him. My God, these cops have no idea how Undercover works at all.
I'm undercover. Who made you undercover? I did. It doesn't work that way.
So now the girl knows he's a cop, but she promises to stay quiet because she wants to get out of this life. However, it doesn't matter because the gang finds out anyway because the dude who he pretended to cut the ear off from, he comes back. He tells the bikers what really happened.
Hey.
God forgives. The Brotherhood doesn't. I want to break your heart.
Firstly, of course they killed him. Like, they wanted him dead in the first place. Why he showed up, I don't know. It's really stupid. But secondly, again, I don't give a shit about her dying. I'm sorry, I don't. Everybody in this room is in a neo-Nazi bike gang. There are no good guys in here except Joe, John, Dirty Cena. But now, armed with enough explosives and stuff to blow up the Supreme Court building where they conveniently forgot about the double jeopardy law, the gang heads out. Everyone dresses up in various disguises. Chains is dressed like a priest, which means he can just walk into any building anywhere. That's probably accurate. Don't check it out. And Joe is tied up inside a helicopter that is flown by Mac's dad from Always Sunny. This dude was in movies. Who would have thought? But we cut inside the courthouse. Everyone is greeting each other like it's church or something. Peace be with you. No, peace be with you. Then shit hits the collective fan. Chains gets up. He murders everybody in the courthouse.
Don't, son. That gun is loaded.
These guys on bikes fly out of the back of this box truck as if it's like a Trojan horse. Joe jumps out of the helicopter through a skylight, and he's fine, because, you know, this.
Guess who, buddy? Angels don't die.
Yeah, okay. I bet that sounded cooler in your head. Maybe it should have stayed in there, huh?
If you try to block our escape, we'll kill them all! No more bullshit! What the hell's wrong with you people? Anyone comes near the building, everybody here is going straight to hell!
Also, can I just say the hostage protocol in Mississippi does not appear to exist? They have so many hostages, and yet the National Guard and the local cops just keep running into this building. Nobody gives a shit about hostages. These guys learn real quick that driving your motorcycle at a guy with a gun just, like, means that you die. Yeah, it turns out a gun way better at killing somebody than riding a motorcycle in their direction. And then this one motorcycle goes through a window, takes the helicopter out. I don't even know why it's hovering there, but that saved us a lot of effort. Then Chains and Joe, they fight. It's not even close because, again, it's a massive, like, 20-something-year-old versus an old man. And this isn't a Canon Films movie, so it's realistic. Can you just look at the hope in his eyes? He really thinks he's going to slowly crawl all the way over to that gun. But he does it. The good guys win. Chains is taken into arrest, but then, you know, the movie does that thing that every movie did in the 80s.
Hey, partner.
Yeah, they stole from Die Hard. That was a great movie. You guys like Die Hard? Loved the ending. But yeah, the movie is over. Joe walks out. Apparently every member of the National Guard was, you know, told that Joe's a good guy, despite him dressing like a biker and walking out of a biker-filled bloodbath. Nobody cares, and it's over. That's the movie. So let's head on over to Redeye Reacts. Man, you should be embarrassed. If I was the bikers next to you, I'd be embarrassed for you. You're a biker, you can't control a dog?
Soup's on, my man. What's up? Aren't you hungry?
Oh no, he's probably very hungry, but if he's eating shit like that, he's also probably slowly dying. Joe, get a book about lizards, man. Also, why crack an egg if you're gonna put the shell in there too? I don't know.
The judge was found dead.
Yeah, I read about it.
Yeah, I read about it. I can read. I can totally read. I know what all those weird symbols mean. All right, there's a lot to unpack there. You're cutting into a giant loaf of bread with a knife as if it's difficult, and then you're watching your friend make out with somebody and giggling your ass off.
You was farting in bathtubs and laughing your ass off. It's high science, man. It's art form.
Yeah.
P2P. See, now you're talking, Stone. I need protection in a buyer.
Anybody buying that this guy is a biker? Has nobody pointed that out yet?
You still wanting some crack? Still want some crack. Are you recording me, dog? I'm on probation now. You is probation.
And then I ran into the Brotherhood. They were really cool. No please, no thank you.
No non-white people. Yeah.
What are you doing, man? You're going too far, man. This ain't right.
Yeah, you've gone too far, man. This is wrong. I was in it earlier, you know, I thought blowing everybody up with bombs and storming a courthouse and killing all these people, a totally great idea, but hostages? That's so uncalled for, man. They got places to be. That was everything. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up, leave some comments if you've seen Stone Cold or eaten Cold Stone. Tell me about it. Thank you to the patrons for suggesting today's movie because I've never seen it before and yeah, it was awesome. So 80s and I loved every minute. If you want the power to vote on future videos, head over to the Patreon page and if you sign up, you could do so. Link for that down below, the merch store link down below, and the Discord channel link down below. I will see you all next time and until then, stay happy and stay healthy.
Guess who, buddy? Angels don't die.